What is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C, and this particular special another small short podcast again for um so Tasha CTBB talking, y'all. I am tired. I originally was going to make a longer podcast. I was like basically like 15 minutes in, but I had to keep stopping, interrupting. Stuff was going on. I mean, it wasn't nothing bad, but I still had to stop it. And I was like, I don't feel like adding, putting together, listening, or if I have to do any editing, not too much, okay? Because it's been one interesting day, okay? Well, start how's y'all day doing? I hope y'all enjoying yourself. This is also Blog Day Vlogmas, so it's bonus. So this adds as another episode, adding into Vlogmas 16, day 16 as well. So originally y'all was gonna see this lovely face, and even if it was in a pre-recorded video, I was thinking about doing that, or yeah, it was either going to be a live or a Vlogmas, y'all. But I am tired. It's been an interesting, um, interesting day today so far. Now, when I was about to leave, we were about to go out. Me, fam, were about to go out. Well, this car behind the other one. All of a sudden, the car, the keychain car, it wouldn't start. The keychain even opening in, which I didn't know also too, like also googling about it. Grace got to listen to my mom and stuff about it, that there's a way, getting the car doors, because the way it's set with the newer cars, it's like you don't see, a keyhole automatically. You got to do this and that, and y'all, I ain't gonna lie, after we open it up, it's somewhere in the car, it's probably the bottom, but considering that today is for first day that we've been out of the Arctic freeze in the past, 4 to 5 days, almost like a whole damn week now, I don't feel like looking for it. When it's meant for me to find, it's meant for me to find, or want us to find, or if it's not meant to be found, oh well, okay. So anyways, the keypad, which is used to open and close the door, wouldn't work at all. Not the Trump and so I knew it was a problem. So we tell her dad about it. He like, oh Lord. So we thinking automatically at first it's maybe the battery just died in the key, in the key pad, or I think it's called key pad. So the problem is, since the other cars are right behind, and my sister named Nick wasn't here yet, we were basically stuck. And here's the more cray act bonus part. I was like, Crazy Christmas Carol. Okay, what I want to say is down, not only down the street. My sister Nick wasn't here yet, or wasn't today, because she had to go on her off day, take care of some stuff, and take care of stuff. She wasn't even here yet. So I couldn't ask her, and pretty much, if people did hear it everywhere, people would have work and all this stuff, and then it had to be, that extreme. But at the same time, so our family down the street, okay, they got an issue where two of their vehicles, you got one person is at work. The other problem is that one of the vehicles, the transmission has completely went bad, but the grace of God is under warranty. But that means it's still gonna take their time. It's been like 2 weeks with my niece, it's just vehicle been waiting for it to get fixed. And then they got a new vehicle that has a recall, and they decided to get, and this is their new vehicle recall, and this sucker here is electric, and they start to realize like, oh hell no. We got one of the vehicles we got is a hybrid, so it's half and half, so it's not all fully electric. So you still have the option, whereas instead of plugging, to charge it, aka using the gas, you can still go to regular gas station. I'm glad that car on a gas station. But anyways, y'all, so okay, you got one person, they out doing runs. It might be 2 hours here. Another person's at work. Another person's car is in the shop still, and it's pinning. And maybe the child may not get her transmission really until if they can, January, the way they're going. Okay, but as far as waiting to get it fixed at at the dealership place. So now, and that car is new. It's only a couple years old. It's not that old either. Her vehicle. So, anyways, y'all, so we kind of stuck. So, by the grace of God at first to get, without having to pay DoorDash or Uber, nothing like that. Our next door neighbor, God rest his soul, Mrs. Phillips. Oh, this is like the 12-year, unfortunately, of her homegoing because she unfortunately passed away due to complication of her health conditions in this month. And, he's been a widower for years. But, like I say, they help each other. Like, they'll take, cut each other's grass. He helps out a lot. When the garbage comes, he'll put it back there. Also, Mr. House as well. But, Charlemagne's house as well. So, but anyways, make a long story short. So my, gave the idea, to call a number because she's stuck in the driveway. The other car's stuck in the driveway. Even though it's like, okay, y'all stay somewhere where we could have parked in front of the house. Actually, yes, or across the street. But that's not besides the point. The fact is, we trying to get in out, take care of stuff. But eventually, here's the thing. Okay, Dad is able to um, our next door neighbor was able to take us. To take my dad to get the battery in the thing. It was easy, pop in, pop out. Guess what? The thing unfortunately still doesn't work. And so it's like, how the hell are we going to get into the car even to see, obviously, is something wrong with the battery? Okay. And I'm like, what the hell? And maybe it could have been like the effects where the battery could have died because the battery still under warranty as well. You know what I mean? Due to it was less than it's a 3-year warranty on this battery. So even that battery is practically almost brand new. And that vehicle that's kind of blocking and stopping, certain stuff from happening as far as like, just taking care, just going to the grocery store real quick and, taking care of a few outings out. So it had to be James Bond's sisters, some stuff like that, whatever. Because, like I said, once I realized and we were able to Google YouTube, and I didn't know something simple as the key. You got the key, and you basically got to wiggle and put in, like I said, in the door handle, swipe it here and go into there, open up the toilet door, put the back seats down where it opens to the back because in that particular car, the battery is in the trunk, not in the back front like everywhere else. So that's one thing. So after getting to the back, realizing whoever was the last person to use the car didn't also turn up the lights off or on all night and didn't turn on, didn't help neither. But that's here or there. Okay, so the battery dead. We're dealing with all this and we had to get there, and I had to use coat wire hangers, as Myra didn't say no wire hangers, but shit, we needed one because in order to get back, unless we had a shower, a very small dog, which Mr. Fluffy could have easily, my furry green nephew could have easily went in the bag, but he probably like, F y'all, I don't give a damn about this shit. Whatever, to get back to the thing. So the only other way to see the trunk, because I didn't see, we tried the button because that still attached to the car with effects of the dead car, dead battery, So the next thing was, sorry, y'all, I keep forgetting to take off the notification sound. To make a long story short, well, because I only got 5 more minutes left, barely, on here. We went ahead. We came with the idea like to get a coat wire hanger, and we're able to use coat wire hanger to use that pull thing, say in case emergency, if somebody unfortunately has been kidnapped and stuff, and they put it in the trunk of the car. They have that emergency thing. We're able to get that and open that. And the longest thing wasn't getting that taken care of, it was getting just the battery out. And my dad had so many tools, but the one he was trying to find is like when you're trying to find the right thing, the right time, that was taking hold of. And it took because my sister-in-law, Bella, who ends up coming as well to take him to get the shop done, was like that's the same thing with my niece Scarlett. It was the same one she got now or happened previously. So it took what ended up taking hours was because what's needed was a case night, and ta-da, we would take the battery back, which when my dad called, heck, the woman must have typed the wrong, but kept saying, there's no, sorry, y'all. There's no battery here, blah, 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 and he had to be letting it be known, like, no, this number, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it is a battery. So he had finally, but even that was like, just a bunch of pluckery and shit. Able to get it straight, y'all, and that was like the longest thing. But the fact it took on and off really that much just to get the battery out of there, for one like minor thing to just remove a bolt or whatever the heck was going on. That was what was taking so long. So by the time we got it back there, we were able to take the battery back. My dad was, my sister-in-law was able to take back. Um, she and like I said, she got a rating vehicle herself because her vehicle, like I said, is in the shop, and she honestly can't stand the electric vehicle she has. So I don't know what she's gonna decide. Even though got electric, I don't know. It's just like so much car stuff. And her say, my brother slash her husband is, was at work, so it was a lot going on. Okay, so but make a long story short, he was able to get the battery exchange, get a brand new battery. The sucker works, whatever the end. But by the time all of that is done, nobody wants to go anywhere. I was like, I was just gonna go grocery store because my dad wanted some deli meat, and he'll be getting the stuff tomorrow morning. Because I'm like, it's no big deal open. Because I'm like, I don't even want to go anywhere, and we end up not going anywhere. Because even though that is done, and the most is say if we were able to go out, you don't feel like it if you don't have to go to just because of going through all that stuff. But thank goodness it was a little bit better as far as the weather. 32 degrees is warm compared to this Arctic. North Pole, South Toe is so cold in this remix. Okay. Oh gosh, like I said, even affected, like I said, I started doing a podcast, and then because it was so many interruptions and stuff, I'm like, I don't even want to do a long one day. So this is the blog. This was that. It wasn't very even entertaining. But to make a long story short, Kai Sinet and his twin Kai Sinet's birth. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is I may play the video tomorrow where he expresses and made a message himself about explaining why he's been off streaming. Also, shout out to the singer Saint. He usually wears pink hair. I think he's from like the UK. Don't get it messed up now. But he has a love of singing boy. He kind of reminds me of the other side of the country, whatever's a version of Teddy Swims. And I actually heard about him before Teddy Swims. Sorry about that, y'all. Teddy Swims. And his birthday, I think it's about to click on the live. He has a very beautiful voice as well, but he's like one of those people that's kind of underrated and I haven't heard, as in like popped up yet, but hopefully we've been hearing that. So his birthday is today as well. And guys, and now, like I said, I hopefully would do a video longer and stuff about the importance and about, mental health, and that's the reason why he has been on streaming. And his sister, I subscribe to everything about. She made like one or two like things on her page and hasn't been on her Twitter in a long time. And she was like, "Thank you all and good night." But that's the only thing Christmas. Oh yeah, y'all. One of the Christmas gifts I was going to use. Okay, finished and but anyway, y'all, you know how you start getting your gifts. I ain't gonna lie, some of the stuff I'm getting from some AliExpress, and one of the things I got is damaged. And I was talking to people, they were trying to help me, but it was trying to do that with all the stuff happening, to get a refund. Yeah, it might be listed 10,000, but it's the principle. And they're going to help me, and I showed pictures, and I was just like, oh my gosh, now I gotta find some way to replace it, because that sucker at first, even some of the parts were off of the item. I was like, okay, well, maybe just put it together. Ain't no way to put it together because it's damaged, to a point where you can't fix it. Okay. But anyways, y'all, hugs and loves, and I will see y'all tomorrow for Vlogmas and with another video, and but thank goodness, even though it was a lot of craziness earlier, things is better. Hugs and loves, y'all, and I will see y'all on the next one.